to the field where the lights don't dim. Red iron grind every yard, every rim. Dog built finest, power flexing supreme. Indoor rumble, we the kings of the scene. Helmet crack, turn talk, never delay. Iowa hustle, making moves every play. Fans in the stands, they loud with the vibe. Power hour here, we taking the ride. The power hour, we bringing the fire. Gridiron dreams, we taking it higher. W pride, the team won't tire. Indoor thunder, the spark won't expire. Huddle up close to the strategy bump. Quick pass, deep cut, make the defense slump. On the mic, break it down every angle. Talking touchdowns where the passions tangle. We the playbook poets, spitting the scheme. Drum drops through your mind like a highlight dream. Every snap, every blitz, we analyze the roar. It's the power hour, so settle the score. The power hour, we bringing the fire. Gridiron dreams, we taking it higher. W pride, the team won't tire. Indoor thunder, the spark won't expire.
Hey, welcome back to the Power Hour. We've got a full show. Chris, it's the first time you've been able to join us. We kind of had you in and out in 1 week, but man, I'm glad you made it this week, and hope we can get you here with us the rest of the season. Coach B, good to see you again.
Doing?
So,
how you fellas doing today?
Doing great. Ready for a game this weekend, which the title of this week's episode is the Ohio Boom, which you've got an update for us on that. We'll jump right into that.
For all you fans and people out there watching, we had a scheduled conflict with the Ohio Boom. They had something going on with their arena, so we have a bye week this week, and we will play the Ohio Boom September 27th, the week of the league bye, in Lima, Ohio.
So yeah, definitely important information. If there was anybody deciding to make the road trip, don't do it. There's not gonna be anything going on. So
Chris, we'll be back home on the 20th for the Aviators.
There you go. And actually it's a nice breakup, because you got the Aviators, you had a home and away back to back against the Aviators. Now you can break it up with the Boom. So you're not getting 2 weeks in a row of the same folks. But Chris, how you been?
I'm doing good. Now I'm really excited to be on tonight with you and Coach B. I know we have a lot to kind of break down and get into about the game this past weekend, so I'm excited.
Well, since you brought it up, let's go ahead and let's get into it. We'll pull the scores. So scores this week, definitely not what we were hoping for and expecting. Coach, what happened?
One of those games where I felt like our team came in riding high off of those three scrimmages where they dominated and just came in and didn't took for granted our opponent. Our opponent came in with what they was supposed to do: come in, play ball, do what they had to do, know their assignment, alignment, and they executed. We didn't execute. We had the ball numerous times in the red zone. We couldn't score. Defense had them stopped in the red zone or stopped on the field on 3rd and long a few times, and we let them get a 3rd and 20 one time. We let them get a 3rd and 17 one time. So when you do things like that, missing tackles, just not putting the ball in the end zone in arena football, no matter how many stops your defense gets you, you ain't gonna win the game. We had 5 stops on defense. Normally a 5-stop game, you won the game. So I just think we got the big head, and we needed to be humbled, and that's what St. Paul's Bears did, came in and humbled us.
And I was watching that game, and it wasn't pretty, but it didn't look that lopsided.
No, it was 14-7 all the way to the fourth quarter. Then it got out of hand.
Yeah, but you guys were making drives. You guys were moving the ball. It just wasn't ending up where it needed to end up. But
yeah, we as a team, we got to game plan a little better, or execute our game plan a little better, play calling wise on both sides of the ball.
Chris, you have thoughts on the game?
Yeah, Coach B, I kind of wanted to ask you, St. Paul with Coach Cody. Obviously, me and you have spoken about him. How surprised were you from his game plan and kind of what stood out to you of how he, kind of approached this first opening game?
I wasn't surprised. I knew Cody was going to come in prepared. He's been with the Minneapolis Warriors. We called him the Arena Killers. The last 2 years, they went in and beat the Arena team. Omaha, I think they beat Duluth. I'm not for sure if they beat Duluth the year before. So they upset it. I think they did. They upset it a couple of Arena teams before. So this team is not new to the fact of arena ball. They played in the arena atmosphere. They beat the Omaha Beef on the last second play this regular season at the preseason this year. So when I told my team, don't take them for granted. It's a lot of semi-pro guys. We got a lot of semi-pro guys, but these semi-pro guys got a little bit more experience than our guys. They played in an arena game. They played against one of the best arena football teams in the country in the Omaha Beef, and they came out victorious. So I told my guys, don't get lackadaisical and come out, because these guys are going to come out and they're going to smack you in the mouth. And that's exactly what they did. They ran the ball effectively. They executed on defense effectively, caused turnovers. And so they did what they were supposed to do.
So how was
I guess my follow-up question for that would be, you signed Daquan Dudley, right? Huge acquisition the week before, top 10, top 5 kick returner in the IFL, and he's coming down to the UIFA. A fan would expect you would get him the ball more in open space. Did they do anything to shut him down, or what was the struggle with getting him the ball?
No, we actually had the upper hand. Our receivers were open. Our quarterbacks just got to make the throws. We had a few times, more than a few times, our quarterbacks held the ball in the pocket and end up in an interception or a sack. Where if you just lead your receiver and let your receiver go do what he's paid to do, then we had it. I know Dudley was open a couple of times where if we would have put the ball out there as touchdown. Even on a kick return, I think one of the kick returns he could have took to the crib if we had a few more blocks. So adding an addition like that is superior to us. People gonna want to come and play where they feel they're gonna get some of the best coaching. And I know Dudley believes in my coaching. He believes in what we're doing as a coacher. So he came out here. He up the street in Quad City, ain't nothing but an hour away. So I brung him. I brung Zach Mink. Used to play with the Quad City Steamwheelers. Rob Jones used to play with the Quad City Steamwheelers. They all came down and they bought into what we're trying to do. We're gonna get it turned around and do something different. We're gonna play ball. One loss is not gonna hurt us. I think this is an eye opener for us. We needed that.
So how was the crowd this week? From the camera angle, we don't get to see too much of it.
It's probably about 700 people. Would like more. We had 1125 at our preseason game, so I want to average about that. Averaging 1,100 to me, and our venue only seats 2,300. That's good enough for me. That's above average. Even having 700 in there, I think it's pretty good, because you got to realize we're still going around, and a lot of people don't know about arena football in Dubuque. So we're teaching the city of Dubuque and the surrounding cities about arena football. So even though you got the Iowa Barnstormers and the Sioux City Bandits, they really don't know about it on this side of the state of Iowa. So we're trying to bring that bang to them and get them involved. We had a couple city councilmen and city councilwomen come out to the game, last game, and they were ecstatic. They said this is probably one of the funnest nights they had with their kids, and they will be coming out every game for the rest of the season. So just to get the city on, and they have to come out and see the product on the field. And once they see it and they believe in it and get to know our players and our staff, and just we build with the community, I think it's going to grow and grow every year. They don't call this the Key City for nothing.
And sometimes you just got to do it one person at a time. Get them sold and bring them in. They bring in a couple more. Those people bring in a couple more. All of a sudden, you're filling that place. And 700 people, that building can get loud to 700 people.
Yeah,
like it doesn't take much to make that building get crazy loud. So I mean, the fans have a chance to impact the game.
Oh, and they've been doing a great job. I mean, they loud on defense, they cheering on the offense. Our PA announcer is on point. Tim, I mean, he has the other team upset every goddamn play. So I think he's doing his job, and he interacts with the crowd. Been on point. So that was the main thing. It's not about just football. It's about entertaining the crowd too. And I think we did that well. We might have lost on the field, but we won with the crowd and the community. So I'll take a plus in that area.
That's that's where you got to build it. It's all, you're talking grassroots level football. I think that's the key here. Any additions? What coming in? Additions, subtractions? What are we looking at roster wise for not this week but next week?
QB1 is down right now. We don't know if he's out. Blake Bartz, he has a low ankle sprain. Said he got his foot twisted up under the pile over there. That's football. We got some plays, some dirty plays. The job is to take the best player off the field, and they did that for us. They took our quarterback off the field early, and it showed. So we had a strong another quarterback in, Trey Robinson. He came in, he did what he could, but sometimes when we just got the best of us. I said the key to their team is their defensive line, and their defensive line showed. They outplayed our offensive line this weekend. I don't care what quarterback you put back there. If our offensive line is getting beat or can't sustain blocks, it's going to be hard for any quarterback to sit back there and make reads, make plays, or do anything. So we just got to get better up front. We probably add a couple O linemen this week. I've been talking to Tyler Lawrenstein and bringing him in to see if we can get some extra umph in quarterback here. So
anybody that obviously 19 points isn't what you want, but who stood out? Is there anybody that played better than expected, or was the shine?
Always Eli Emery stood out. He does a good job at defensive end. We still teaching him the arena game because he's converting from outdoors to indoors. We call him Boo Man, Devarion Williams. He's been helping us out. A lot of people don't know he's a wide receiver, number 11, we've been starting at corner. And he hasn't complained or anything. He just came out to make plays. I think every game he's had an interception from preseason to now, even in the regular season.
That's huge.
I think he's stepping up. Once I get a little bit more time with him and teach him how to be a true corner, we might have a developmental player that turns into a great player at that position and can be a good two-way player in the future from some team out here.
That's absolutely huge, especially get that two-way ability, or those guys that, man, all I've ever done is play this. But reality is your natural position was maybe over here this entire time, and I've seen it happen in the indoor game quite a bit.
One thing I can say, we got a lot of two-way players here, and that's I think what separates our team from the rest of the league. That we got players who can play both sides of the ball, and we can incorporate them anyway into the roster. And a lot of players don't complain. Haven't had one of our two-way players complain yet. They just go, and they do. They get the reps. On defense, it'd be some days my defense don't even get subs because we in the zone so much, and they never once complain. Offensive-wise, too, we've been only had 4 wide receivers, and we went with that the whole practice, and nobody complained. They just go out there and work. So once we get everybody to buy in and get them into our mode. We still got a lot of young players, semi-pro, rookies, so they still got to buy in and learn arena style. They're not used to arena or not used to how the flow goes. So once we get them in tune and they buy into our system, I think the rest of the season is going to be a whole different outlook. I don't expect, like I told them, I haven't lost at home in 2 years. So me losing at home, that was definitely a big one for me. So we got to come back and step it up. We will never have that outing or that showing again in our home.
So you're supposed to play the Ohio Boom. They put 60 up on their opponent. It's kind of nice. Blitz. Yeah, getting another week to get prepared for them. And not that the Aviators are any joke in 2 weeks, but just pushing off that Boom game a little bit. Is it helpful or does it hurt us?
It's actually helpful because they had 2 scrimmage games, exhibition games that got canceled. So I really haven't got to see what they look like. I've heard they're a totally different team than what they've had last year. So getting to see them play this weekend or next weekend actually, and get to see the film from last weekend with them against the Blitz gives me a chance to see what I'm going up against and give me a chance to game plan and see what I'm working with. So that helps me out. Honestly, I think this was one of the best things that could ever happen to us, as far as, because we were the only team in the league that actually played preseason exhibition games because all the other team games got canceled. So everybody had film on us, but we had no film on nobody. So we've been going into the games blind and just game planning for what we could.
And then we'll get more into the Aviators next week, but they won the championship last year, correct?
Yes, they did. We go to Wisconsin comes here, the defending league champions from last year. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if they think it's gonna be a game because of what they saw the first game, you got another thing coming. I'm telling Lawrence Peters right now, you on the clock.
Oh man, 2 weeks out, we're already throwing out challenges. So, all right. Before we bring in our first guest, Chris, do you have anything else you want to cover on this week's game?
Yeah, obviously, Coach, 25 points, right? 19 points on offense. That's not what you strive for. Are there any coaches you relied on, during this bye week? I know you've been surrounded by a lot of great coaches in your playing career and your coaching career. Anyone you relied on or seeked advice from during this bye week?
Reached out to Rayshawn Kaiser, talked to him, talked to Dorsey. Me and Dorsey talked a lot for about 2 or 3 hours last night. And he told me, this ain't nothing. We've been through this. We do this. You know what to do. Bounce back. Every coach I done talked to just said, hey, your defense played great. You got 5 turnovers. What more can you ask for? You was in the red. You was in the 15 going in with their offense going in from the 15 9 times, and we stopped them 7. Mm-hmm. You can't ask for that from no other defense. We had what, 3 interceptions and almost 4 sacks last game. Like my defense was on the field 80% of the time. When any defense on the field that much, it's kind of hard to execute and be effective. So all I can ask is, like I told them, I pay you to play defense. I don't care how many times we're on the field. Let's go out there and we're gonna stop them every single time. So if we need to stop them 9 times, we're gonna stop them 9 times. Whatever my offense needs, that's what we're gonna give them for the rest of the season. Because defense wins championships, offense build character.
So, Chris, anything else you want to add? Anything you want to add there, Chris, before we bring in our first guest?
Yeah, I think, Coach B, my final question for you would be, you look around the UIFA and you kind of see the setup, like living and food and housing wise, kind of what separates the power from the rest of the league?
That's a great question. From what I found out this week, what separates the power from the rest of the league, we the only team that's paying. I did not know that. You can pay, but you don't have to pay. We're actually paying our players. Our players have proper housing. If you ask my players, they got food for every day of the week. We got food vouchers for every day of the week from Monday through Sunday. So my players is living good, eating good. They get paid every Friday. So that's what separates us. We do it the right way. I know it was people online talking about, oh, they heard the power didn't get paid. It was exhibition games. Scott, Chris, y'all been doing this for years. How many people get paid for exhibition games?
It never happens.
We paid our players for both exhibition games.
Well, it sounds like there's no expectation of pay in this league to begin with. So
yeah,
you guys are already
setting the standard.
Mm-hmm.
We control what we can control.
Well, that's how you elevate your league. When it comes down to it, that's what makes the difference is, paying regularly, paying and how much you pay. You got to start somewhere.
Yep. And we pay our players for exhibition.
I did want to ask you about
a full game check. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Chris.
I wanted to ask you about the game day production, Coach. I noticed on the broadcast it was a lot more clear. I noticed you also had new play-by-play. They seemed very knowledgeable about the game compared to maybe the previous individual who was doing it. How did you kind of identify the right people and put them in the right places from an operations standpoint?
Well, I just used our preseason games as auditions for people. And once we got who we really wanted and I saw what fits, and we went with that. Our team president does a great job, Tiny Lee, of executing game day production. Me and him go through game day Monday, Wednesday, Friday throughout the week, planning, having meetings. We do walkthrough on Fridays and Saturdays to make sure everything is going right. So he's pretty adamant about time. If we 1 minute late, he's on my butt. So that's how we got to fix what we wanted. He wanted somebody who was going to excite the crowd, somebody who was very knowledgeable of the game. And if they're going to do play by play on the live stream, we need that. We don't need anybody up there saying anything. We need somebody who's knowledgeable, because you got to realize a lot of people don't know about arena football. So we need somebody who can educate and excite at the same time. And I think that's what we found. We're still building. Our game day is not satisfied. I think we're going to come even stronger and stronger with game day. So stay tuned.
Definitely got to get that camera or that phone, whatever you're streaming from. Definitely got to get that bad boy on a tripod. There were a couple moments. It's a little rough trying to keep up with. It's just kind of bouncing some. Just a little tripod. You can pan left, right. That's all we need to do. Again, you got to start somewhere. So taking those steps.
Yeah, and that's another thing. He one game he was using his phone, so probably why it was looking like that. Now he's using a tripod. We bought a mini PC system. We got 2 cameras. I'm actually about to convert to a GoPro as well to have on the opposite side of the field.
Nice.
So we just upgrading every way we can for game day and making sure the experience is what everybody needs, especially when we live stream, and we want the best live stream experience. My goal is to have the same live stream experience that you get from AF1, NAL, and the IFL all in one, because that's our goal. That's where we want to be at.
Again, it's all about, you got to start somewhere. You got to get it, take those first couple steps, get everything lined up.
And I think we got a good nucleus of interns with some guys who got experience, and then adding those interns in the mix. We just had to find the right niche. We got a few more interns we add into game day production, so I think it's going to get better and better throughout the season.
So, all right. Well, who's the first person we're going to bring in with us this week?
Veteran Keenan Walton.
All right. Well, we're gonna step away here for just a couple seconds, and when we come back, Keenan Walt's going to be with us.
Now and then, you need to stop and smell the roses, or the leaves, rocks, trees, sticks, and that one tree again. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western.
Yeah, we've talked about every show. The folks at Best Western definitely take care of our players, and that's a huge deal. Speaking of people taking care of us, Coach B, why don't you tell us about where you're at today?
Man, I'm at the Glass House Studio Productions, one of our sponsors of the show. Man, Ace, he keeps me right. You see, we got good quality here. We'll be here every Wednesday. Some of our guests will slide through here and get on the show, but all year long, we'll be here at the Glass House for Wednesday nights. So thanks to Glass House Studio Productions, anybody y'all need, he got good rates, good hours. Come on out. Come on down here, get your recording done. He does podcasts, music, anything. Come on down.
So, that being said, Keenan Walt, welcome. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. How you guys?
Doing all right. How you feeling after this week? Definitely not the outcome you wanted, but how's the body?
Well, unfortunately, I was one of the ones who didn't get to play due to injury, so it hurts even more for me because I had to sit there and watch it. But it's part of the game. You take some bumps and bruises throughout the season. You just gotta. It's all about how you rebound. So just gotta get back in the lab.
So what's your preference, defensive back or wide receiver?
Definitely defensive back. I'd rather do the hitting than get hit.
Fair enough. Yeah, it looks like we're having a couple technical issues, Coach B and Chris. Hopefully, we can get him back on here pretty soon. So give us a little bit about you. Where are you from? What's your experience in this game? Tell us about you.
I'm originally from Washington, D.C. area, born and raised in Rockville, Maryland. Played ball at North Carolina Central. Did some time at Arizona State also. Made the league for the Raiders, but got hurt, and that's what started my actual arena career. Did some time at the Arizona Rattlers. Played out in Baltimore for the Mariners and the AIF, and then been following Bartley everywhere too. Everywhere he's been, I've been there too. So been all over the place, man. Played with Brandon in Omaha. I just been all over the place.
So yeah, I mean that's a pretty good background. I think you said you were with the Raiders for a little while.
Yeah, I did at May training camp, man. Ended up separating my shoulder though last week before the first preseason game, and unfortunately, because I was a walk-on and not a drafted player, one of the draft players ended up getting picked over me, and that's when the Arizona Rattlers called, and that's what started my arena career.
Fair enough. So what do you think about this game indoors? What's your
Man,
take on it?
it's life for me. It's been fun. It's a whole different style of football. We still get to do the hitting that they can't do in the NFL. We get to entertain the fans. It's just a lot more free, a lot more fun entertaining football.
Definitely get those fans a lot closer to you than you do in the outdoor game. That's for sure. Coach, you look like you're thinking something.
Oh no, I was just listening in, man. Keenan, what you think as far as for your defense? Because you're a defensive guy. What we need to fix this week going into the defending league champions, the Wisconsin Aviators. What do you think needs to be fixed, or what you think we need to work on to make sure we come more equipped and better prepared for the next game?
One thing definitely is discipline. Discipline first. We had a lot of mental mistakes, losing contain on the edge, guys not trusting their technique and their eyes, just a lot of mental mistakes. But just a simple fact that we still was able to get 5 stops and we didn't even play our best is a lot to build off of. But in my opinion, just a lot of just gotta tighten up. This was a lot of mental mistakes.
What's your take on Dubuque? Coming from you've been in some pretty large cities. Kind of scaling it down. How do you like the area? How do you like the city?
Man, it's definitely a big change. I mean, I live in Vegas currently, so it's definitely a huge change. But I actually like Dubuque. When I first got here, I was expecting the small town, one stoplight, one stop sign. That's what you don't hear much about Dubuque, but it's actually a nice little city, a small town that I could see myself maybe retiring to or something like that. So I actually like Dubuque.
Find all the good places to eat yet? Getting all
Yeah.
settled.
Yeah, that's the first thing we do as football players. We got to find the
Oh
food
yeah.
first.
Oh yeah. I was up in Albany for the arena crown, and the players up there say, hey, if you want Chinese food, get it from this place, man. That stuff came in. This is the best Chinese food I've had in a long time.
That's how
Players
it
know where
works.
to eat.
I'm telling you, we are walking menus. We got you. I'm telling you.
So okay. So that being said, maybe they are, maybe they aren't yet. But what would be a dream restaurant sponsor for this team? Who would you want to have come in?
Well, my dream, we do already have mine because I love Texas Roadhouse. And shout out to them because, they are one of our sponsors. But I also want Dairy Queen, man. I'm a big ice cream dude. I like their shakes, their smoothies, and actually think their food is underrated. So if we could get Dairy Queen, Coach, I know you in here, man. Can we get the Dairy Queen? That'd be helpful too,
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'll tell you what. I know Dubuque's not a small town, but the smaller town Dairy Queens, they just hit different. You get a big
Man.
city Dairy Queen just aren't the same as a smaller town
Not
Dairy
the
Queens.
same at all. They don't even use the same techniques to make the stuff. It's not. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no, it's
prefer
it's
Dubuque over Vegas. Let's just say
oh yeah, oh yeah. No, that's like the last place I go in Vegas. But yeah, like I said, smaller towns that Dairy Queen's hit. There's just something about
it is.
it. Hey, Chris, anything for Keenan here?
Yeah, Keenan, I think my main question for you is, obviously you mentioned the other high level organizations you played with. How close do you believe the Iowa Power from a player relation, like housing, living, food, how close is the organization to making that next level jump to a league like the IFL or AFL?
That's a good question. Actually, very close. I walked into this being that I've been with other teams before that are starter teams, and we didn't have half of the stuff that we had here. So it's like way a lot more steps above than what I'm used to seeing from startup teams. So yeah, they're very close. I mean, we've got our good housing, we've got great food sponsors, transportation is coming. We've already been talking about, how that's coming along too. They've been giving us hints about that too. So it's like they're really close, and that's one of the reasons why I signed on. I ain't gonna lie, I turned down a lot of different offers to come here, but I'm glad I did.
And then I guess my question for you, as a DB, what makes Coach B and his scheme, his defensive scheme, kind of unique compared to other defenses you played in?
Because me and him have the same exact theories and schemes, we like to be physical. And a lot of people in arena, when it comes to your DBs, they're just not as physical as you would expect them to be. And we like playing a physical style of football, whether you are a cornerback, safety, or a D tackle. We like to put hands on. We like to play a lot of man coverage. We like you have to show me you're better than me. We like that. Like he's from, Kansas City, Missouri, the show me state. So you got to show us you better than us, and we got that old school mentality, and that's what's different from B than a lot of other coaches.
So, right, get back to some of our sponsors. We take, our show sponsor, Barber Life. Taking advantage of these guys yet? Gotten in there and
Not I. I'm bald life, so
welcome
yeah,
club.
underneath this hat ain't much hair there, but a lot of the guys have, and I can honestly say he knows what he's doing. That's a good barbershop down there. They do a good job.
I say he was out there. He was with us for our first show, and I think we need to make sure we get him on again before the season ends for sure.
Oh
For
yeah,
sure.
shout out
Yeah,
Raymond Edwards and
yeah.
Barber's
Shout
Life,
out
man.
Ray.
Getting it
Yeah.
together.
Coach, I don't know if you caught what he was saying about his one of his dream sponsors. We got to get Dairy Queen involved.
We gotta
Oh
get the
yeah,
Butte Dairy Queen, man. That's the best Dairy Queen I've been to in
and
years,
it's only
dude. I
one.
need
It's
them.
only one out here, so we gotta lock that down.
Yeah, I need them. They are amazing. Amazing.
Scott, one thing I can say, because Keenan is more of a veteran, so
Mm-hmm.
he been playing, but we've been transitioning him to the coaching side and front office side as well. But anytime they see a sponsor, they tell me, hey, we need them, and we going after them. We trying to go get them. So I can say my players help with most sponsorships than most teams I've been on. They've been out advocating throughout the town, going to different places, and just mingling and shooting the shoot with all the owners. So I take credit in having my players being standout in the community.
Yes, sir.
That makes a difference to sponsors. Makes a difference for fans and across the board. I mean, as a veteran, you do understand that probably more than some of the guys that are new to the game. That just, man, it makes a difference, and it doesn't take much to get the fans to wrap around you
Yeah,
in this
not
game.
much at all. Just
And
a
once they
simple
do,
appearance.
man, yeah,
Keenan even had one of the guys from the Special Olympics that we go to on Saturdays and help out with. He had one of them incorporated into game day operations. He did the dance off with us.
there you
Yep,
go.
had him
Let's
out
go.
there, and he killed it too.
That's awesome. That'd be a fun one too to get some of those kids out there running out the tunnel with you guys in intros.
That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
We
Be
actually got
listening.
their board reached out to me. They actually gonna buy tickets. The whole group from Miracles is gonna buy tickets. The whole group is gonna buy tickets to our September 27th. Well, not the 27th, October 27th game. They're gonna come
Okay.
out, bring the whole organization out, and we might do something special for them that night.
Yeah, that'd be huge. Horrible transition here, but I got to ask it because I meant to ask it earlier. How's special teams looking?
Man,
What are they going to do on special teams?
so special teams are work in progress. That's one of those big differences from outdoor to and indoor is the special teams because you're on the shorter field. The ball can go just about anywhere. You got times where you can kick the ball, then it'll hit the ceiling, and you're working on bad field position, and you didn't even do anything. So it's just going to come with more reputation, more reps, more getting the right people fitting in the right spots. Because I mean, like you guys know, we're a young team full of a lot of first and second year players type of deal. So it's a big transition from outdoor to indoor when it comes to special
Mhm.
teams. So we just got to get the right fit in there and get some more repetition in and really hone it down on what needs to be done. But we'll lock special teams down. That won't be a problem.
Yeah,
I
the
did
indoor
want to
game.
ask you this, Keenan. From a personal standpoint, right? If you had to grade your game one performance on an A to F scale, what would you give yourself?
Man, honestly, C minus, C minus, simply because defense actually played pretty well for the positions that we were in a lot of the times. I mean, we got several stops when we were put in bad positions and things of that nature. And then offense, it just has to come together. Once the offense come together, then I can see our grades rising. But as a total, I would say about a C minus.
And then for you, Coach B, obviously, as a play caller, you go through your ups and downs, right? Every coach does. From a personnel standpoint, navigating that, how would you assess your, play calling and game plan for game one on an 8F scale?
I think we came in with the right game plan. We just had to execute. Like I said, I called some stunts on the D line and some blitzes that we ran. It ran right into what they was play calling. We just missed tackles. We had 15 TFLs behind the line, and we only executed 3 of them. So if we could have made all 15 stops behind the line, then you'll see a different game. So I think play calling wise, I was at a B minus, just because my players didn't execute, but we were in the right place at the right time. Overall, as a defense, play wise, I think we were at a C minus, a high D, because we had a lot of missed assignments. We wasn't as aggressive as we usually be, and we got shell shocked. As a team, I think we were at a C minus, like Keenan said. Offense has to step up, defense has to tighten up, special teams has to tighten up, and I think we good. I think our kicker, we good with Kurt right now. He's doing good. He missed one field goal all season. We just got to get his kickoffs a little deeper, try to get him to get a deuce in there or two. And we still got we got backups on backups. So don't sleep on us. We got people on the outskirts ready to come in. We got that next man up mentality.
Yeah, I think you're being a little hard on yourself, man. Again, the score doesn't show. The game was a lot closer than it should have been, than it shows. I mean, the defense did, like you say, come up with 5 stops. You lost your quarterback earlier in the game.
No matter how many times we're on the field, Scott, our job is what? Defense. We paid to be a defense, right? So at the end of the day, we can make excuses, but we still got a job to do.
Well, you want to stop every time, just like a baseball. Every time you step to plate, you want to hit a home run. The reality is you're not going to. That's just the nature of the game.
That's true.
But like you said, 5 stops, that's enough to win most games. But again, your quarterback goes out early. You bring in the backup. Not that backup's not capable, but it changes the timing. It changes everything with how the game is run. So it happens. But yeah, I think the defense did enough to win the game. Too many hiccups on the offense, a couple missed passes here and there. That made a big, because really you're only talking 3 scores. And that's absolutely nothing in this game. 3 scores is absolutely nothing. So
true that's true.
So I think y'all be a little hard on yourselves. Like I said, I think you're good based on just looking at the final score, but actually the actual performance. I think y'all did a little better than
that. 14-7 till the fourth quarter. I was happy with that. It just got out of hand after that.
Exactly. But again, the excuses are like, everybody has one. Everybody thinks they don't stink. So. So but it is what it is. It's the nature of the game. That's what makes this game fun, is you never know what's going to actually happen when it comes down to it. So all right, we're already 39 minutes in. I want to make sure we get everybody in. We got a couple people waiting in the wing.
Appreciate you, Keenan. Thank you for your time, man. Coming on, keep grinding, and let's get ready for next week.
Thank y'all for having me. Appreciate y'all, man. Go Power.
Thanks for coming. We'll see you soon. All right, Coach. Who are we bringing on next?
We got Damon Street.
Damon Street. All right, we'll be back here in just a couple minutes. Damon, thanks again, Keenan.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kind of everything. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western.
I gotta start laughing, Scott, because I'll be messing with him. His name is Damon Street. I always call him Damon just to mess with him. It's Damon Street.
My mama don't like that.
Oh, don't be pissing off the mamas now. Come on, you know better than that. So, welcome, man. How's everything going? How are you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed. I appreciate you for having me on here.
So tell us about you. Give us your intro. Where you're from? What have you been doing? how did you find yourself here in Dubuque?
Well, my name is Damon Street. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I actually played when I started off college. I played down at University of Dubuque. So where we practice at is basically my first home, away from home. I did 3 years at Dubuque. I did track and field there, got a couple records, and then I transferred over to Grandview University, which is a NAIA, not too far down the road in Des Moines, Iowa. I had 2 great seasons there, all conference. And the end of my senior year, I had a workout at UD, or not UD, I'm sorry, at Grandview with the Bears and the Vikings, where they just did my 40 time and just measured me. It's just nothing too big, but just showing that I was on the radar. But after that, I had like a little year off. Beginning of this year, I started out with the Barnstormers IFL, had training camp with them. Training camp went good. They just had a couple guys that they felt was just a better fit, and can't be mad at it. Just took that with a grain of salt. Got better at my craft, and luckily God blessed me with the opportunity here to play.
Oh, they're one win this season. I bet you they're double thinking that decision. So,
He wide receiver 1 down here.
yeah, I put a lot of hours driving to from Kansas City going to Barnstormer games, so I know that franchise all too well. I can tell you some stories. Anyway, so that was your take last week. How was it for you? How was this last game?
Well, obviously a loss is not going to feel good at all, but it's the first game of the season. It's definitely a lot of learning opportunities to learn from that game. We always want to come out with the dub, but me as a receiver, I'm basically a film junkie. So not being able to scout those guys that we played and just seeing how the game did end up turning out, take that and just learn what I need to do better as a receiver and better as a leader on this team, and just make sure my guys are ready to go from here on out.
What needs to be improved?
What
are we missing?
Really, I feel like it's the little things for us. Like obviously we like lining up from breaking the huddle to making sure we're running our right depths on our emotion to lining up to running our right depths. The biggest things that coach has been emphasizing to us is because we're still getting new to this arena game and stop running to be covered. So when those windows are open, we have to learn to get our head turned around because like what coach said, we had a good defensive opponent coming up against us, and with the D line they had. As a receiver core, we should have known to been on it more, to getting our heads turned around, getting our quarterbacks in better position to not go down like he did. There's always improvement to learn. There's always improvement to learn. But
so, how much are you guys as a receiving core focused on timing routes? Just hey, count of 5. You need to be at this point right here, and the ball's just going to be there whether you're turned around or not. Like you guys do many time routes, or is it more of the quarterback sits back and picks where he's going to throw to, waits till the person's open?
Well, I feel like it's kind of split in half. We have times where quarterback expects us to be in certain spots, but then there's always that certain time where quarterback has to throw you open. I feel like with arena ball, one thing I'm learning is everything's not going to be pretty. Coach is going to put a play out there, and sometimes the play is not going to be exactly how it's drawn up on the board. Sometimes you might have to curve a little bit or a little bit, but timing is definitely a big thing for us, especially with learning this system. Learning this system, you don't want to get too close to that wall because
just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that. And right in the middle, he's going good too.
Yeah, he was getting it in. He was preaching right there because he got it, man. I think Street got the talent to be in the IFL.
Definitely. We lost right. You're going, you're preaching, all of a sudden it's gone. So
now finish what you were saying, Street. We was asking.
Oh yeah, my internet got a little cut out on it. But yeah, I feel like the biggest thing that we need to take from this bye week is just getting back into our playbook. So being able to line up, read the defense, seeing what they in, and being able to call hots. We had a lot of drives this game where our quarterback, Trey Robinson, when he came in, he just started calling his own stuff. And every time he called his own stuff, we drove down. So I'm not saying our offensive coordinator's calling bad plays. I'm just saying, like, us as a team, as individuals, we got to just, be ready, be athletes, be football players, be ready to have our mind on the swivel, have our head on the swivel, hots, being able to just read and be in the moment. It's football. Just make the play when it's ready to be there. Plays are going to always be there.
Just the flow of the game. Indoor ball is very much flow.
Yes, sir.
And there's definitely something to be said about that. Just being in the moment and seeing where everybody's lined up. Okay, listen, I know I'm gonna be able to run that post and be wide open, or
Yes, sir.
run that quick hook right at the first down marker.
And that's what we got to get used to. Our receivers got to learn to sit in them windows, know when to break it off and sit down if they playing too high. But like I said, we got a lot of young receivers, so we learning, we gelling, and we still getting that together. So that's what make us special, because we coming in here with a young team, very younger than what I normally would go with. But we making do with what we got, and they're learning fast. We just got to get them to buy in to the arena way. That's it.
So how about, we were just talking about this earlier. What have you found in the area? What's your favorite place to go to? You've been in this area before, so where's your where's your hot spots?
Unfortunately, I told you I used to go to school out here. I used to have
Mhm.
a barbecue spot. I believe it was called Bo's Barbecue, and they closed down, man. So now I gotta find me another barbecue spot. But one of our sponsors is Hangry Hobo. Now that they don't miss.
Yes.
They get you a
They don't
gyro.
miss.
It's gonna get you right every time. Hangry Hobo does not miss.
There you go. So I mean,
And
that's
it's
what it
crazy.
matters.
Scott, Hangry Hobos, the gentleman, he makes food for hobos. So he makes different hobo meals, and they be on point. Feed the community. He's always out in his food truck, out everywhere. Some of the top tier food. So if you in Dubuque, make sure you get that Hangry Hobos food truck. Don't let him slide by you.
That's what I'm saying. I got to take notes when I come to the game. I got to make sure I hit the right spot. So, I already know where already know where to stay. So now I just got to get to all the restaurants. So,
Oh, definitely. If you're looking for a car, go to Riley Subaru, one of our sponsors. They're gonna get you together. So we got a few different places. You let us know where you want to go. We got a sponsor to cover that area.
and hopefully more to come too. So,
Yes, sir.
so Damon, how are you? And so big thing now. Of course, we're in the NIL era. That these leagues don't pay much. Everybody knows that. So a lot of people have been kind of substituting that, or supplementing that income with building a fan base, selling T-shirts, getting their own brand out there. Has that come? Have you thought about any of that kind of stuff? Have you gone that direction, building up that fan base locally?
The thing that I'm blessed with is what I went to school for was basically communication. So I kind of do a good job when it comes to, I can market myself. Now, I kind of been talking to the team too, because I want to get all of the guys geared to be able to sell to their family, or just for us to all have some stuff just to have. I feel like it's a good opportunity for us to market ourselves. It's my first time as a professional, so I want to get as much marketing out as I can. I take every day though as a blessing, because like I said, I got cut beginning of this year, so I'm not really tripping on too much of how much I'm getting paid or how much marketing I need to do, because every day that I'm out here playing ball, every day that I'm out here with my brothers, that's a blessing, another opportunity for me to make something of myself. So along with come with that, I'm a family man. So my mom she already been trying to figure out where to shop at. So the marketing, I need to figure out where my jersey at, coach.
Hey, look, I got you. We got it on the online store. Tell her go on there and she can order your jersey on our online store.
Yes, sir. We're gonna get that link out for everybody then.
Yep, everybody. You go on our website or our Facebook. Our Power online store is up. You can go on there and get whatever you need: jerseys, shirts, hoodies, hats. We got it all. Women, men, toddlers.
Yes, sir. But Scott, to bounce back off what you said, I just feel like this, just us being in the position that we're in, no matter what level it is a great opportunity to, because the kids love us from the Miracle League that we did. Those kids love us. So it don't matter who we are to them. We're their Jeffrey Jefferson, if you get what I'm trying to say. So just giving us the opportunity to just get ourselves out there is the biggest thing we can do.
One of the things I was working with Tyler Kolka out in Nashville. Helped him with the Kolka Mania brand that he's been throwing out there.
Oh, yeah.
I took a picture of him, ran it through AI, just said, "Hey, take this picture, make it a coloring book page," and had sheets, pictures of him, Kolka Mania across it. Like, here, hand this out to kids. Something free that kids can do. That now they eat that stuff up. Again, it's like we're talking. It's like about building that brand, building that who you are, and get that following, because it makes a big difference when you do.
So he kind of set himself apart from a lot of other players on our team too because he get a extra stipend because he does social media. So a lot of the graphics you see come from Street. He's been brushing up on the social media and stuff like that. So I do got to give him credit. So my game day flyers, that's all my guy.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Because we're gonna have to check that link on the website. I've been trying to pull up the store page. I'm not getting it to work, so we're gonna need to double check that one. But when we do, I'll throw it up here on the QR codes when it's ready. Which, speaking of, hey, get your tickets. If you haven't gotten them yet, scan that QR code. Get your tickets.
September 20th, we want to pack the power plant. Pack the plant, man. Come on out it. We got the defending league champions. They think they riding high off their championship last year. We're going to knock some sense into Lawrence Peters and the Aviators. We're going to make them fly on up out of here.
I did want to ask you this, Damon. Obviously, your experience with the Iowa Barnstormers. One thing I found interesting is your defensive coordinator, Coach Peterson, who's now the head coach at Grandview. He played for the Iowa Barnstormers back in the day. How much of an influence was he on you to go the arena route?
Well, what's crazy about Coach Peterson, he never told the team that he played. I don't know why he never told us that, but we did our own research and we just saw that he did that. And he was actually a dog. But no, just having that around, just being in Iowa Pier, you kind of learn from. I've been out here basically 4 or 5 years in total throughout college, so you kind of learn about the arena route because I believe arena football was born in Iowa. Am I right? It was born in Iowa. So
Jim Foster's from Iowa.
Yep. Iowa.
So arena is definitely a big deal around here. But with my coach being a quarterback, that definitely hit a little different. I'm just mad he didn't tell me till last minute. Maybe he probably could have helped me get into the barn. So I ain't tripping now.
And then for you, obviously Coach B, he went out and signed Daquan Dudley. We spoke about Daquan. Obviously, he's one of the top kick returners in the IFL. How much of a mentor has he been to you, kind of helping you get adjusted to the arena game?
Well, yeah, as he's come in, he's definitely shown that he's an older cat and knows what he's doing. He got thrown right into the game instantly. He made a big impact for us, made a few clutch catches that we needed for first downs, get the ball movement. In practice, he's definitely shown that he's a leader, lining up first, doing all of his routes, just jumping right into the fire. He just got with us. He's jumping right into the fire. I love that because I'm that type of guy. When I first got here, I barely knew the playbook. I'll learn as I go. All I need to do is see it one time, and I remember. He's definitely showing that he's versatile. He can play all throughout, and I believe all of the guys are just feeding off his energy. Ever since he's got here, you can tell it's a lot more energy in the receiver room, and that's definitely what we need, especially going on forward.
And then my final question for you is, I noticed in college you had 14 rushing attempts. Obviously, your goal is probably to get back to the NAL and IFL level. Would you consider adding 10 pounds, getting to 190, and playing running back again in indoor? Or what's your deal with that?
The biggest thing for me is adding the 10 pounds. That was when I had that workout with those proteins. I got to add those 10 pounds. But if you ask Coach B, I want to play anywhere on the field. I basically made Coach B put me on kickoff. I'm basically kind of leading the team on kickoff with tackle. I made Coach B put me on field goal block. I want to be one of those guys that's everywhere that you can see is versatile, like not just receiver. Like I truly have fun just lining up anywhere else because sometimes guys don't expect that. It's hard to game plan for something like that.
He has led kickoff team in tackles and he'd be the first one. Hey, we doing field goal block? He right there, coach. Can I go? So I love it. He has that it factor. He always wants to be on the field anywhere, no matter where it is. He even said, Coach, if you need me to play corner, I'll play corner. So I'm loving the fact that we got guys like that, and he got that leadership, and I'm happy he was able to get into the Barnstormers organization to show and see what it's like playing arena ball. So when he came here, he knows what to expect and how to carry yourself as a professional.
It's all about that experience.
Yes, sir.
So, all right, we're definitely running behind today. Coach B, Chris, anything you offered them on here?
Appreciate you, Street. Let's get it rocking next week. I need
yes,
about
sir.
3
Thank you guys for the opportunity, man.
All right. Thanks for coming on, and wish I had more time. Like I said, we've got people waiting, so we need to get everybody through, and we're running long tonight. So, thanks again, and we'll be talking soon, Coach.
Yes,
who are we gonna put up? Who is coming up next?
Who we got in the weight room? Trey Robinson.
I got Trey, and then Coach Bartley.
We can bring both of them on.
Both of them on at the
Finish it
same
out with
time.
both. Yeah.
All right, let's do that. We'll be back here in just a moment.
Now and then, you need to stop and smell the roses, or the leaves, rocks, trees, sticks, and that one tree again. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western.
What time you fly out tonight?
All right, Coach, welcome back.
I can't hear you guys.
We got everybody here?
Can you hear us, Trey?
I can't hear you guys. I'm gonna leave and come back.
All right, come on back, Trey. All right, Coach Bartley, how are you doing tonight?
I'm okay. I was actually just coming in to listen, but since I'm here, I'm here.
Oh, we can't turn away an opportunity to talk to you. So how are you feeling? Definitely not the outcome you wanted. How are you feeling after this week?
To be honest with you, I'm not happy with the outcome. I mean, anybody, who would be happy,
Right.
I just felt like we've made too many mental errors. A lot of the things that we covered that we did not execute, and just the overall focus just wasn't there.
Those are all fixable things.
That's football. It happens to there isn't a team in America that doesn't go through what we went through.
Mm-hmm.
The sad part about it is, you take one loss and you got people out there who want to write you off.
There's still plenty more games to go. So, and then it's your first real test, first actual league test, and I think it's a good wake up call for sure.
Well, I treat this like a marathon, not a 100-meter sprint.
So,
you start off too fast, and you start showing your hand early, you tend to peter out toward the end of the race.
mm-hmm. Well, and got another week off, so a little more time to prepare. You got the league champs coming back to home for their next game, so it's definitely not an easy route for your next one. But it sounds like you guys are gonna be ready for it. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, like I said, it's just a matter of trying to, getting back to refocusing. And no matter what you do, you still got to block, you still got to run, you still got to tackle, you still got to catch,
and stay healthy,
and stay healthy, both physically and mentally.
Well, another week off to, like I said, with the delayed game, another week off to let your quarterback heal up. He's got a little banged up this week, so that's definitely not a bad thing to have that extra bye week right now.
Right, and I'm not one to, I don't point fingers at anybody. This was a group effort. It's a group effort when you win. It's a group effort when you lose. It's all a part of reality. And right now it's just bounce back up, dust yourself off, rub some dirt on it, and keep it pushing. My attitude, my mentality for this team still hasn't changed, nor has it wavered, and it never will. I still say what I say and I mean what I say.
The goal's not changing.
The goal doesn't change at all. As I've told everybody, I've never been on a team with an undefeated record. Never. I don't think I'll ever be on an undefeated team, as much as I would love to. And there are a lot of people who have had, successful undefeated seasons. I just haven't, but I've been blessed enough to be around players and coaches who understand that this game only matters in the big dance and when you're hoisting up that championship trophy. Those losses that you take from teams that felt like they got one up on you, it hurts more when you're taking that title from
them. That feels good at that point. That just feels real good at that point.
So looking at these players that we have, I feel like we have what it takes. We're going to do some juggling around. We're going to make some important changes, and we're going to do what we got to do.
Yep. And that's again, that's kind of all you can do. Get your head straight. Come back next week. I think having this week off is probably about the best thing that could have happened. Just give you guys a little more time to focus and get ready, to go up against a boom here again in a few weeks. Put them off because it's still have them 3 times, so it's not like it's no one's getting away from anybody.
Yeah, not at all.
Exactly.
So
I got a question for Trey.
Yep, I was gonna say, Trey, I want to welcome you and tell us about you, where you're from, what got you here, and your whole journey.
From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Shoot, man, what have I done? Played football. For the Valley Steelhawks. I played in Myrtle Beach. I played Baltimore. I played in Arizona. I played all over the place. I won a few championships with Barley. Played in Mexico League. Played for Team USA. I was on waivers for the Arizona Cardinals for a few weeks. And here I am today here playing for the Iowa Power.
I'm assuming it's because of Coach Bartley.
NFL champion.
I won a lot of championships in A7 FL, which is his new Pat Tackle League going around right now. Mm-hmm. But I've been playing that since I was 17 in high school. And I got about 4 or 5 rings in that too.
So you're saying you got a box that's just full of jewelry.
Yeah, I ain't got more than Bartley, but I got enough.
And I'm assuming he's the reason you're here today.
Yes, sir.
So definitely makes sense. What's your position? What's your highlight? What's your favorite moment? Let's put that. What's your favorite moment? Favorite football moment?
My favorite football moment
of your career.
Oh shit! When I dribbled the ball, Bartley for the Pit Bosses. The championship game, I dribbled the football. So I was playing quarterback, and one of the linemen hit the ball on my hand, and the ball bounced forward like 4 or 5 times. I picked it up and threw a dot for a touchdown.
Nice.
And that was probably one of my favorite plays in my career.
Personal ESPN.
Yeah.
Sports Center moment there.
It was on ESPN.
Was it?
Yeah, it was on ESPN.
I'll see that's what you like. That's what you live for right there. Coach, yeah. I see you smiling up there.
Nah, he excited me. At one point, Trey was like, "Coach don't like me." Nah, Coach was on his butt because I expect more from Trey. He our true veteran. He can play quarterback, running back, wide receiver, kickoff return. I can put him at fucking DN, linebacker, cornerback. I can put him anywhere on the field and he gonna play it. So to me, Trey, with that veteran experience and you been in this process and been on different teams, winning teams, losing teams. After that first loss, what do you think we need to reset, or where you think we need to go to get back on track?
We just got to reset. I mean, it's not even a reset. First and foremost, I would say just getting guys healthy. It all starts from that. Making sure everybody healthy, making sure everybody on the same page. And just going from there. I mean, we have the talent. That's not the point. I mean, that's not the problem. Problem is that we're either banged up or we're all on the same page, or just little stupid stuff that we could fix right now, before we get too far deep into the season.
Like I said earlier, 44-19 looks ugly, but that's 3 scores. That's 1 quarter of play in the indoor game, potentially. I mean, that's nothing.
You know what's crazy? In the last 4 years, I've lost in a matter of 2 games. One of them being last Saturday, in the last 4 years.
Yeah, now it's time to start a new run, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris, you got anything for Trey or Coach Bartley?
Yeah, Coach Bartley, for you, I've known you for a while, right? You pride yourself on discipline and kind of building from the start. Obviously, 19 points is not what you expect. Have you kind of looked at offensive play calling and thought about, making it more of a collaborative effort instead of, maybe, the way it is now? Who have you looked at for that, and what can we expect from the offense going forward?
Need something.
Well, really, I mean, at this point, it's just a matter of making sure everybody's healthy because, I mean, football is football no matter how you play the game, no matter what play scheme you run. It's just we didn't execute at a high level that I know we can, and I'm not going to make any excuses. We screwed the pooch, and that's it. I'm just, as far as I'm concerned, I'm just looking at, us getting together again, going back to the grassroots and figure out where we went wrong with the lack of execution.
Excuse me, coaching guys. I'm about to go throw right now, so I'm gonna hop off of this.
Oh, no problem.
But thank you
Hey,
for
thanks
having
for
me,
joining,
guys.
Trey. Sorry we got
Thank
you on
you,
so
Trey.
late.
You good?
All right.
So yeah, I mean that's just pretty much the basis of it. We just need to go back to focus on high levels of execution.
I'm with that. I'm with that. What you think, Scott? You look like you wanted to say something.
Oh, yeah, like just kind of go back to yes, the outcome wasn't what you want, but the things that went wrong are 100% fixable. It's not lack of talent. It's not. These are things that these guys know how to do and do every day at practice. They just need to do it during the game. They just, well, for whatever reason, it didn't happen. Whether it was injury, whether it was just misplays, not just not having the head in the game, whatever it was. It's not a talent issue. And I think that's the big thing that was my takeaway from this game. It's frustrating, definitely frustrating to watch, but there's I can put it this way, there's been some teams I've followed where I'm just like, man, I don't know why I show up. And this is definitely not one of those teams.
And exactly. And I want to add on to that, Scott. Like, you look at the receiving core, right? Damon Street, we had him on, all conference receiver, 900 yards both seasons. Daquan Dudley, I keep going back to him, but like he's a superstar playing this UIFA, and the other teams you face going forward with Ohio, like I respect Ohio, but Molly doesn't know what pro talent is, right? So this is a different level. And so I think we'll start to see that, as the season goes forward, is talent always wins at the end of the day, in my opinion. So
Definitely. We got a lot of that. We got a lot of that talent over here. Like I said, we added a few new wrinkles last week, adding some this week. And once we get them to gel together, I think you'll see a better product on and off the field and better production from our offense and our defense. So I'm not worried. Like I said, it's still early. We're young. We got a lot of new players. Once we get it together, like I said, Bartley said the same thing. We believe in what we believe in. We're going to control what we control. The standard is going to be our standard, what we make it, and we're going to go out and do what we do every day.
And year one, Coach B, I know me and you have talked, off camera, it's kind of building in the community, right? You want to build those relationships with sponsors and everything. If you look at the Iowa Power now, and this is for you too, Coach Bartley, like how close do you believe you are to making that jump to the NAL or the TAL or the IFL?
Once we get a consistent fan base crowd in there, I think we're ready to go. As far as product wise, what we're going to put together as a team, we're ready for the NAL right now. Maybe not the IFL, but the NAL. So we might not be a top tier team, but we will compete. Now, if we went to that route, we would add more talent and add more structure to it to be prepared for that. But I think as far as off the field wise, when it comes to operations or front office and all that, we are on that level right now. We're ready to go. We just got to put the product on the field.
Seems like the biggest limitation itself would be the building.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to be able to get enough bodies. Even if you sell it out, you're not getting enough bodies in there for a NAL type market.
I did want to say this too, Coach Bartley. Obviously you were in this with Cedar Rapids in the AIF, last year. How is your working relationship with Coach B compared to your working relationship with Coach Darren Clark, you would say?
Well, I mean, we're talking two different personalities. You know, Darren Clark. He's a good guy. I like him a lot. He was more quiet. Soft spoken. Coach B.
He's not.
He's like the younger version of me when I first started coaching. Basically, it's just a matter of now. Taking the mindset and just taking it to a whole nother level. I think both guys have are extremely talented, very knowledgeable at the game. At this point, it's just a matter of, again, just trying to put all the pieces in the puzzle together.
So one thing I want to put out there too, I apologize for throwing off the kind of the where we are in the conversation, but the availability of the show. This is something, we talked about just having this show in general, how this sets this franchise apart from the other teams in the league. But this show, yes, is available, as you see it right now on the Facebook page for the team. It's available currently live on YouTube with the Fan Zone Network. It's live on Twitch with my own personal Twitch, as well as the Fan Zone Network Twitch. We're going to have the replays up on Shady Sports Network. We also have all the podcasts, all these shows are available on Spotify. So if you search Iowa Power Hour, you can find this show up on Spotify. Man, there's something special going on here. So, you got something to build. You got a good set of players out here that are actively, preaching the name of the team around town and working on getting you guys sponsors. You've got, special things like this going on. You guys are really setting yourselves apart and off the field. So now, like I said, let's get it going on the field, and there's no end in sight.
Once we start this, what I tell you, we're gonna be the standard for the UIFA. We're gonna be the poster boy. Not on the field, but off the field. We're gonna show you how to do it off the field. I told you I wanted to be the best game day operations, the best front office in this league. I wanted to be present the best.
We lost your coach. We lost your audio. Let's get
and that's what I think too, is like, you building in Coach B, like you're saying, like, you building the community, and wins and losses will come, right? That's all gonna add up. Once you do right in the community, it all flows. Scott, you've been around this long enough. You see these organizations, they focus so much on winning, and eventually it bites them, long term. So if you focus on community, fan first, like I know your guy Jesse Cole with the Savannah Bananas, right? Fan first. This organization seems to be a fan first type of thing, and winning and success will come along with that, in my opinion.
It's gonna come right away. Once we get the city of Butte behind us, the key city, the surrounding cities as far as Cedar Rapids, Coralville, Cascade, Dyersville, where the Field of Dreams was at. You got history right there. You got Plattsville, Davenport, Moline. We get all those cities supporting us, which is not far away from us, within an hour and 30 minutes everywhere, Waterloo, all those cities. And we build up this brand. Like you said, we want to make this an NIL brand with Arena. I'm trying to get my players NIL deals. So any sponsors who want to sponsor my players, come on board. Any sponsors want to sponsor the Iowa Power and see what we're building something beautiful here, come on board. We want everybody. We want to make the state of Iowa our niche. We the Iowa Power for a reason. It ain't just Dubuque. It's for the whole state of Iowa. We're putting on for the state, baby.
And have you guys thought too about partnering up with like the Quad City Steamwheelers and giving them a pipeline of players to
I'm talking with Destiny now. Me and Destiny started a line of communication last week. I'm talking with the Barnstormers, trying to get up there with them as well. Me and Coach Lob, we got a great relationship, so I'm gonna build that pipeline throughout Iowa, and we're gonna make sure we stand tall and we're gonna stand together.
Yeah, lot of opportunity in that state,
Yeah.
more than most other places for sure.
If I were the Sioux City Bandits, man, I would be all over Demon State. I mean, they struggled out the slot last year, coach. So, imagine getting Demon Street in an offense with, Fred Bruno. I think that could be really special. So I just think how much Coach B, I mean, how do you balance that? You view this as a professional venture, but at the same time, you want to get guys to the big three of leagues. So do you feel like this is kind of like a JUCO junior college type platform, or is it more of a professional developmental platform? If that makes sense.
It's more of a professional developmental platform. I look at us like the XFL, UFL. We're gonna send those cats to AF1, NAL, IFL, CFL, or the IFL, or overseas. So we're using our team as a platform and a stepping stone. Like you said, we got next week we'll start our Friday broadcast, our international podcast with France, Sweden, Denmark, and the UK. So the United Kingdom is coming on with Naval Forces, the Naval Academy, who's going to be is one of our biggest sponsors. So when we say we're going big, we're going big. We're not just here; we're international, and we're probably one of the first arena teams to be international, where we're partnering and have sponsors on that level. So when I say we're a professional developmental team, if you want your players to come here and go somewhere else and get coached right and get the recognition and the knowledge and marketing, the Iowa Power is the spot for a tier 2, tier 3 team, whatever you guys want to call us. But we're guaranteed going to put out talent to the next level no matter what, whether it's overseas, upper level to tier 1, or to the big show. We're going to do it. And we are the stepping stone. I think we're proving that, and we're going to show that. Year 1, we put together a process and a structure that most teams have never done in arena football. And Chris and Scott, when I do something, I go full tilt. I'm gonna go all out and do it big. So with me and Barley and our mindset together, like you already know his mindset, he thinks outside the box all the time. He got that military mindset. So putting us together and putting Tiny in there, our president, I think we're gonna have something special for the arena world for the next 5 years to come that they're gonna build off of.
And I think you both have been part of programs that have ran in a very unprofessional manner. So you've seen it, not what not to do, right?
Yep.
So not to replicate it. But like you, Coach B, I know you have a relationship with Coach O'Neill, our guy in Duluth, right? You talk to him all the time. Like he's a mentor, right? Coach Dorsey, all these people. So I think it's good that you have those relationships at the higher level that can kind of, mold you and mold your program overall, for sure.
That's it. That's the way it go.
We can actually. I do want to wrap up with you guys, but I know Coach Bartley's mostly here to kind of just listen in and see what's going on tonight. I don't want to keep him hanging on the camera if he doesn't. If he's good to go, Coach. Did you have any final words for us before Coach B and Chris and I wrap up?
Well, all I got to say is, I love the naysayers. If people want to count us out, please do go right ahead. All you're going to do is just add more fuel to the fire. I can promise you it's going to be even sweeter once we're hosting that championship trophy up.
Oh, that's the one that gets the haters.
Like I said, I don't get these for nothing. I don't get these for nothing.
We tell you put your 3D glasses on. We coming straight at you.
There you go. Well, Coach Barley, thank you so much for coming on. We'll just put you in the background so you can hear out the rest. But I know we probably wanting to put a bow on this thing. But yeah, thanks for coming on for a little bit, and we'll talk with you soon.
All right, thank you guys.
Cut him off there at the end. Sorry about that, Coach. So yeah, I just figured no reason to have Coach hanging on. We're kind of talking general right now. But man, you guys are doing some cool things, doing things other people aren't doing, and we talked about Jesse Cole brought up here, the owner of the Savannah Bananas. That's how he built his brand. The guy's selling out 80,000 seat football stadiums for a modified version of baseball.
Thinking outside the box.
Yeah, he's the best. It's the best ticket in baseball is not Major League Baseball right now. It's this alternate universe baseball called the Savannah Bananas, and he's got 4 teams. He's going up to 6 teams next year. He's building his own league from scratch, and it's fun. yes, it's competitive baseball, but it's a good time. It's a party for everybody involved, and I think
And
that's
that's the
where.
thing, what we would. I talk to you about this all the time, Coach B, and I talk to you about this, Scott, too. A lot of
Mhm,
these teams, they think that like people will come and find them, right?
mhm.
They don't find their consumers. They don't find their customers, right? What I see the power doing is they're going out in the community and they're seeking people. They're like, we want you, not the other way around. And I think that creates a symbiotic relationship where the community goes, hey, like they really care. They're not going to be a fly by night team. It's a long term commitment to the city.
Well, when you start any organization or any business, you got to make sure that city community was. At the end of the day, you want to put the best product in the city and the best product forward. So you want the city to be behind you and get the most community support you can.
Yeah, and again, it's you got to take your lumps before that before you can build that, before you can get the city to come out and support you. Again, going back to the bananas, he talks about how he was broke. He sold his house. He was living on a twin air mattress. Him and his wife were on a twin air mattress. They had, a negative balance of checking how they put everything they had in this team, and then it took off. He's got one of the most popular brands in sports right now, and yeah, you gotta roll with the punches sometimes, and it's not always an instant success, but if you keep the right things in mind as you're building a brand and building a team, uh, it can work. And I have full faith in the power of indoor and arena football. I think it's a great brand. It's a great sport. I talk all the time about how, man, it's about the relationships, about the getting to know these players. I mean, I met Coach B as a player, and here we are 14, 15, however many years later, still doing this thing. So, it absolutely changes. It changes the world when you put in that kind of effort and put in that kind of
And
production.
it's a fraternity, like
Hmm.
I mean, I've talked to Coach B, like there's so many people he knows who he's played with and coached with and everything, and they all know each other. And so once you're in that fraternity, in that space, I think is a very powerful thing, depending on how you use it.
Oh, absolutely. It's a family. My other show that I do, we talk all the time about arena football family, and it is. There's a strong family aspect to the world of indoor football, and it's unlike anything else. It's what I wanted out of the XFL/UFL when they came around, and it turned out to be, no, you still can't connect with the players in that game. You still can't. There's something different, special about this, and if you haven't come out to a game, go out to a game. It's worth every penny. It's good. The kids will love it. The spouses will love it. Like it's a good time.
Like in my opinion, Coach B, I mean, I've been around this a while. Like I see what you're building with Iowa, and I really believe that you can play in the NAL like really soon, or the AF1, like really like sooner than you think. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
maybe
yeah.
I mean
Next
2026 or even 2027.
2026, 2027, I think we there. I really do
Without
think we there. Just adding a few more talent and putting a few more things together on the back end. I think we there for the NAL right now. AF1 probably at 2027 and IFL probably 2028. But we building and we're gonna keep building, and I'm gonna keep making sure that me and Barley on the same page, and our organization is moving forward in the community and doing what we got to do to build in this community.
Yeah, if he can afford the AFL, there's no reason to go to the IFL, because you got the national TV deals, you got the higher pay for the players. No reason to go to IFL at that point. So, but yeah, we've been on for almost an hour and a half. It's been our longest episode yet. It's been great. We had a nice lineup of folks. It's good to have you with us this week, Chris. But yeah, we're gonna have this available on everywhere: YouTube, Facebook, Spotify. Like I said, Chris will have it up. We'll have it up on Shady Sports here fairly soon. It's available. Oh, we lost your audio, Coach. See your lips moving. We'll get him back here. All right. How's that? No, got nothing. We'll get Coach here, get his last word in here, and then I think we'll head out. Chris, anything you wanted to throw in here while testing his audio?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there
Can
we
you hear me
go.
now? Yeah, no, we're gonna keep it going. Every Wednesday we here, 6:00, the Power Hour. My good co-hosts is Scott Burke, Chris Vosh, Shady Sports Networks, Arena Fan Zone Network, Iowa Power. You know where we're at. All our sponsors, we'll be shouting y'all out every week. So stay tuned. Community, come on out. The nation, support us. Come and pack out the plant.
Chris, where can everybody find you?
Yeah, we can find us on Shady Sports. You know, Coach B is one of our great co-hosts for our morning show every Saturday morning at 8 a.m., 7 a.m. Central Time. So I
Tune in.
everyone to tune into that. That's the #1 indoor football show, live show on Saturday morning. So definitely tune in.
Well, I think we're going to end it on this. Zach kind of sums it up perfectly for us.
Go Power.
Go Power. All right,
it.
guys.
See y'all next week, fellas.
Next week. Take care, all.